Hey, welcome to another Flights with Joel. Today we're checking out Update 1.15.7.0 and World Update 4 and flying the latest version of the H135 developmental helicopter. That's wrong. The in development helicopter from Media Hype Group, and I'm doing these in stages, so we're doing a before and after here. This is Mageve Airport in France. I'm not flying Paris because I've already seen 10, 20 videos people flying around Paris, so I thought I would try something different. So this is the before. I have done the sim update, which I was forced to do, of course, as we know, but I've not done the airport update, the world update. So this is just the airport as it sat before the... helipads. Helipads. Yes. Nice. Well, they better not replace those. Also experimented with just jumping in with the helicopter already started. So I'm on the runway, so it was started. But even at this, you have to flick that switch with your mouse, and whoops, I forgot to run. You need to run the throttle up and down once so it doesn't do that, because the throttle is always partly opened when you get in this helicopter. So now, as soon as it gets up to speed, I'll basically be ready to go. The lights are on. Fuel pump, pitot heat, make sure that's on. Turn on some more lights. I don't see the landing light. Okay, I did something wrong. I thought one of those was the landing light. Interesting. Okay, well I don't want the strobe light. I want the position light. So now I have a landing light, even though I didn't change that switch. And I don't have the strobe lights. Okay, I should be ready to go. I'm just going to do a quick fly around, check out a bit more of the area, see if any of that changes. And then I will update to World Update 4. And I do these updates, so basically, sim comes on, I have to update. I download the update from the Microsoft Store, reopen the sim. It says it has the update. I update. I close it. Then I open it again and come back and make sure it all works, which it did. In my case, I didn't have to take anything out of the community folder, but if you've ever had a problem, that's the first thing to try. If you ever have an update problem, go to the Microsoft forums and read those instructions. So this is near the ski resort of Mageve, and this is what it looks like pre-world update. To me, it still looks gorgeous. I think it looks amazing. As someone said about one of the pictures I took from this flight, sometimes I really wonder why I buy any payware. They're giving me payware quality, giving us payware quality airports straight out of the box. Now this is not even an updated. This is not an upgraded airport. This is a basic airport. This is so far beyond P3D. I know people will disagree with me, but jump in your P3D without any add-ons, no add-ons. See what it looks like. So let me just cruise in to this helipad. Nice and easy. Little off. I'm almost there. This is the advanced mode, in case you were wondering. I always fly advanced mode because I've been an armchair helicopter pilot for probably 20 years. Easy 20 years. So I should be able to fly this, because this is a fairly easy model to fly. It's not that difficult. So now what I've done is I've added, I did not update the helicopter, which there's updates daily, and I'm really excited to try the next one. But I did update the airport. Look at that. Look at that. That's just the, oops, I didn't mean to put on active pause. I'm trying to change the speed of my cameras because every time I open the drone camera, it's got a different speed. So I seem to have to do this every time. There we go. Now it can go a little more like I want it. But look at that. That's just the Asobo update. That is a pay-wear quality airport, in my opinion. And did they update? I mean, it looks like they updated the parking lot. There are now some bird sounds that I didn't notice before. There's some traffic sounds in the distance. If you are turning it up to listen to these sounds, turn it back down when I start the helicopter. It will be a little loud. But yeah, snap right back in. Now there's something I've been wanting to try. Jump in here and open that up. Nothing. So I got to turn the battery on. And I wanted to see what happens here. Okay, all these screens are on. Now we have these different states. So I want to just try ready to go, up and running. So these are all the states. And there you go. So this is basically, if you push ready to fly, it's a lot like pushing Control E. I do love the start on this now. I mean, this is a freeware airport. Oh, that little sound you heard is because I forgot to close my browser, and there are messages on Discord. So that little bloop. That's what that is. It's not the helicopter. It's the helicopter discussion group. Everything looks to be coming on. I believe all the lights are on. Might want to shut off the strobe. It drives me nuts. Strobe lights are for extreme weather. You don't need those all the time. Still red because the RPMs are not fully up. Updated airport still has the helipads, thank goodness. That would be because the real one does. Everything's ready. It's ready to go. Lots and lots left pedal. Now you can see the pedals. They've upgraded these textures, so the pedals, it all looks amazing now. It looks so much better. You can go back and check out my other videos with this helicopter and you can kind of see the progression. And there is a better look at the airport. It's just amazing. Another thing I thought I would try while I was here, there's another update for this helicopter, so I'm going to go look for some POIs, but first I'm going to upgrade. But before I upgrade, I wanted to show you this hover gauge. There's actually a hover gauge, which I think I have to set down in order to get to because I've only got 3 hands. I'm using both of my hands to fly the helicopter, so it's hard for me to then grab, not both my, yeah, both my hands. So let's see here. autopilot on, and now the bottom row is a hover gauge, hover pilot. Forgot what it's called exactly. So to use that, I have to be off the ground, but it won't turn on by itself. I'm going all over the place. I have to get a little more steady. The green ball down there tells me if I'm steady. Now that's on, and now the hover gauge is activated, but I must have let go of the collective. And this is the hover gauge. This is what it does when I activate it. So that's autopilot hover, or auto hover, which does exist. I actually talked to a dolphin pilot about how he lands his helicopter, and that's how he does it. Okay, this is, now I'm going to see how I do. I always forget to put the left foot in after I turn the autopilot off. I turn the autopilot on off with the Z key a lot of times, so I don't have to use the mouse. That's me hovering with no assist. So at this point, I can do better than the hover pilot auto gauge. Yeah. Telling you though. So I came here because I just wondered what they did with this small out-of-the-way airport. And what they did was they made a cool ski slope. Since it's next to a big ski resort, makes sense. Just a little wind today, about 5. And is this any different? I'm not sure the areas outside the airport were updated. It was a world update, so they might have improved these buildings some. Actually the elevation data should be new when they do this update, so I just don't know the area well enough. It looks like there are more houses here, but it's hard to know. So far for me, it's getting better every time they do an update. For those that are having trouble, sorry about that. That sucks. Absolutely sucks. But I do think they'll get it together. My one note on that is I've been flying sims since something called Jet Fighter 2, which was wireframe. And my main thing was to try to land a wireframe, I think it was F-14 on an aircraft carrier. So I've been doing this a while. Ever since my first real sim, which is about 98, I think, it's required a ton of tech. I learned computer stuff so I could run a sim. So this sim is no different. A lot of people are like, they never should have released it. It's not done. It's not cooked. In my mind, and I have 4 sims. I hate to say it, but I have 4 sims on my computer, and I like at least 3 of them. This one is far surpasses, because for the immersion for me to have it look so good, except for those white lines in the mountains up there. Oh no, it's the Matrix. I can see the Matrix. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to know this is a computer, but I rarely see that. It's interesting. I see that more in areas like this than I do in big cities. I'm going to land right here, and then I'm going to switch to an airport that's closer to some POIs, some points of interest, because this would be a good 20-minute flight to get to anything besides this airport in this area. So I am going to find some POIs and try an updated version of this. I'm not even going to say what version it is, because they update daily. I mean, sometimes 3 times a day you can get updates to the H135 on Discord. So just bring it in nice and easy. And a little cockeyed, but I can still land a helicopter. Now we are about 30 miles away, and I forgot to write down the airport. Okay. I'll have to add that in, add some text. Now, a lot of times, I don't know where they're going to put me in. So, oh, and this is an update. So there are some differences here. Turn the battery on. I'm going to do a full start. If you want to skip ahead 2 minutes. And there are some new things added here. There's some new stuff here. That wasn't there before. That panel did not exist. I remembered to drop the collective. The pedals are different. They still come through a little bit. The bottom of the pedals were coming through the rubber pad, and they're still doing that just a teeny bit, but probably by now they've updated that and fixed that. That's how fast this crew is doing stuff. Not sure what the warning is. I assume it's saying start this thing up. It's always hard for me to see what light is what. That is the strobe. What I want is the position light. Yeah, that just tells people, hey, you're going to be starting soon. You would also yell clear out the window before you start, but I'm probably not going to do that. Oh, I didn't do that. Clear. Here goes. It's definitely quieter inside. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention all new sounds on this one. So far, I love it. I just have to sit out here till that cool exhaust effect kicks in. Engine 1's in idle, engine 2 starting. Turn on some more lights. Nav and landing is about all I usually use. Need the fuel pumps and the pitot heat, or I will get red indicators. So low RPM is all we have in the red. And the sound doesn't change when you open the door. I wondered about that. Wondered when they were they may instigate that today. Who knows? But so far, sounds the same. The doors do all open separately now, individually. So fun. Now we're gonna hit the full authority digital engine control with FADEC. That's the last click of the mouse on those switches. Comes up fully to ready to fly. I don't need that because I'm trying to find points of interest, so it's all VFR right now. But there is multiple GPS and navigation abilities in this. So I'm pulling back because I want to back up right away. I don't want to run into the fuel, even though I think I'll just go through it. I don't think it'll have a spectacular explosion. That would be something. That'd be a different video. Seems to fly the same. I don't know that they're doing much to the flight model. It's very subjective. Real helicopter enthusiasts seem to think it's too stable. I've seen other actual H135 pilots who think it's fine, and they are getting input from the real deal. So I don't feel like I need to put input. So I'm going to try the hover again. I should be able to. This is the, oh my God. Like, this is perfect. Look at that. That's with the autopilot hovering. So I'm just going to add power and lift, see if it'll just lift off for me. Elevator up. I have seen many helicopters take off this way, and I really think this is what they're doing. This is available. In order to have single pilot IFR in a helicopter, you do have to have an autopilot, but only a few have auto hover. Oops, so I released with the Z key and forgot to put in the left pedal first. That's what that was. And now we're off. Now I'm flying. And I'm pretty sure the points of interest that I saw on the map are this way. Instead of being 20 minutes away, they should be about 5 minutes away. This is an undeveloped airport. In other words, this is just what comes in the sim. They haven't done anything to it as far as I can tell. I still think they're pretty impressive. The road, not as impressive. I mean, some of them are great, some of them not so great. So now it's time to fly along and see if I can find POIs. And I'm pretty sure it's just about time for a musical interlude. Enjoy some flying, some scenery. Here we go. Found the first POI coming up. It's a stadium. There's something. Unfortunately, my tags aren't on, so I don't know the name of the stadium. Okay, I'm gonna swing back around. we go. Parc Olympique Lyonnaise, I believe. So you saw how I turned on the POIs and how I made it earlier in the day so we could see them, because there are two more I'm going to check out. Usually I don't have these labels on because they drive me nuts, but I needed it. I don't know what I'm doing. So we are we're a long ways from Paris. As I said earlier, lots of Paris videos. I thought I would try other parts of France. So if you know what city this is, reply in the comments. Next there are two more, and I can't see their labels yet because you have to be within like 5 miles or so. So once I get closer, if I'm going the right direction, then they'll pop in. Auto on. When you first turn the autopilot on, it just sets the attitude. So now I want to set the altitude so it holds the altitude. And this is another way to look for points of interest. Just look around. Give it a look-see. I see nothing. Just gonna assume I'm going the right way. So now I've turned heading. I'm going to turn heading hold on. Heading hold is on. First I had to adjust it so I don't start turning right away. So the altitude hold and heading hold works pretty well, but my throttle kind of falls if I don't keep a hold of it. So that's why I've slowed down. I lost track of what I was doing. There are so many great videos already about all of these. If you want to watch an hour video about every little in and out of the tech. Oh, there they are. There are my POIs. They popped in. It is the Metallica Tower of... No, it's not Metallica. It's a really cool tower, like a miniature... that was me releasing the autopilot. Like a miniature Eiffel Tower and I think it's, well, we'll see. Let's see what it is. And if you are from France, you probably know what river I just flew over. Someone commented that the rooftops didn't look right for Paris in a picture I showed. It's because it's not Paris. We're a long ways from Paris. We're south, closer to the French Alps. So here we go. I'm pretty sure the city I'm flying over is in the title of that POI. So I'm just coming around so I can get a couple good pictures. And I'm going to slow down and hover over these spots. This is the fun of a helicopter. This is why some of us, partly why some of us wanted helicopters in the sim. That's why I did. I think there's a lot of people like myself, because there's been over 100,000 downloads of this cool little free gadget. I don't know why I don't have 100,000 views on my videos. They're so good. Okay, so autopilot on. And hover on now. To keep it in the same spot, I just have to keep the throttle in the same spot. And there we go. I can hover here, and I can turn on the drone. As soon as I'm confident this is a stable hover. Here's the drone cam. Oh, it's so awesome. Now I can have a closer look. So cool. Again, every time you turn the drone cam off, you have to adjust the speed. So I'm just adjusting the speed of the drone cam again. And here we go. The detail in this sim, it's mind-blowing. There is a very popular video on YouTube where someone just turned it into just walked everywhere, turned it into a walking sim, walked all over. This is why. I mean, look at this. There's also a car available now if you want to drive around and look at the updates. Absolutely. It's amazing. Just amazing. And rather than bore you with another landing, which I will land somewhere, I'm going to say thanks for listening, thanks for following along, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. I know I did. World Update 4, it's really amazing, really fun. You can watch all the Flights with Joel videos on the Flights with Joel playlist. It's not actually the channel, but it's a playlist. And subscribe if you want. I only need 900 more subscribers before I can make a dime off all that advertising. All right, see you soon.